I'm Every Woman. Thanks for staying with us. Ladies, I don't know about you, but I like to look good, and I'm sure that you do too. And you know, today it's a little confusing out there. I don't know if you've been to the mall, you've been to Winners. Wherever you go, you're going to see a lot of patterns, a lot of pastels, big flowers. You're going to see bold, bright neon colors and nauticals and safari themes and leopard and African motif tribal stuff, and you name it. It just seems like there's a hodgepodge of everything from high hems to low hems to everything in between. It's a very unique spring fashion season, summer fashion season. The trench coat is huge. And I have Nicole Schwartz here with me, who's going to help us make sense of it all. Welcome, Nicole, from Next Image Consulting.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. Now, Nicole, I have a few questions, and then we're going to do some coordinating. So, Nicole, you are a trained image consultant. You're a graduate of a New York fashion school. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Sure. I have a background in psychology, and I also did a postgraduate program at Parsons, the New School for Design in Manhattan, New York City. There I earned a postgraduate degree in fashion marketing and business, and then I became an actual certified image consultant back here in Toronto as well.
Wow, so you definitely are qualified to help us with our wardrobe needs. As I said, there's so much going on in the world of fashion today, and I think it's a bit reflective of the economy, because usually fashion corresponds with what's going on in the economy. And you know, it's confusing as a consumer to know what's going to look good on us, because we all have different body types. So today I thought what we would do is if you could share your expertise with us, sort of working with my body type, but maybe speaking of others. And I have actually brought in pieces from my own wardrobe so that you could help coordinate. And I wanted to do this as an exemplary type of thing, so that, you know, who our audience who's watching can understand that they can incorporate or use pieces from their own wardrobe without going into a lot of cost, and or maybe add the odd few things. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions related to that.
Sure.
I guess the first thing is, you know, there's a lot of color prints. What is something that, you know, a certain body type should avoid in those type of big prints with colors?
So, like you said, this season we're seeing many different prints, so many different colors out there. It's almost as if, you know, everything that was once in style has come back all at once. Yeah. And it does make for, you know, some confusing shopping experiences if you don't know what you're actually looking for. So I think, first of all, it's really important to stay true to yourself and really dress for your personality as well as your body type, and then look at what's trending. So, you know, big animal prints, for example, are really hot this season. So, you know, it may not be best to drape an entire body in a leopard print or a snakeskin print or whatnot. You know, you may want to put that sort of print in with like a nice accessory, a belt, a bag, something like that, as well as the other prints too. It's really important to make sure that the scale of the print fits your body type.
So we have some prints here.
Absolutely.
So let's work with it, and we'll
okay, so why don't we get up?
I'll continue to ask you the questions as we go along. So, okay, for example, okay, so here I have a leopard top, right?
So here we have a pretty animalistic print. It's essentially leopard or some sort of cat. It's a great top to throw on top of a pair of jeans or trousers or a pencil skirt or whatnot.
I have a pencil skirt.
Exactly. So it's a great top to really incorporate some of the new trends out there right now. But it may not be the best look to wear just by itself. So I'm just going to drape that there. A great tailored blazer is the perfect option to put over it, to really show off a body type and somewhat mask, you know, those areas that we want to camouflage.
Okay. So
for example.
And this isn't a cotton blend, but let's say it wasn't a polyester type of material. It might not be the best type of material for any you know, because it shows a lot of things.
It's
right?
very showy. So again, pairing it with a tailored blazer.
Area, like we'll use my body as because I'm here.
Exactly.
But I'd like the audience to be able to understand, even if they're not my body type. Maybe you could illustrate this for two different ways. So my body is skinny everywhere, but I have a problem in the middle, which is diabetes. So I choose to camouflage it as best as I can.
Right, and so with what you're wearing right now, the top piece actually creates a V at the top and then a backwards V at the bottom, so it really kind of brings you in at the waist and sort of flows out again, which, you know, actually does create a sort of hourglass shape, which is essentially the ideal shape for a woman's body. The same thing with a tailored blazer, you know, especially, exactly, especially if it's a little bit more cut in the waistline, it actually creates that hourglass shape. So, you know, this isn't exactly the most shapely shirt. It's going to definitely skim over the body that it's worn on. So something a little bit more tailored on top will actually create that illusion.
So if I didn't want to use the jacket, and you mentioned I could wear it with jeans, which is great because I might want to go out in the evening, put a nice pair of pumps with it and make it disco-y for the club, or, you know, some leggings, or I might want to wear it to work during the
Exactly.
day. There's a couple ways maybe that it could fit my body type, or, you know, other body types better.
Exactly. A great way is to incorporate a belt.
Okay.
This is a great belt to put on top of any shirt, actually. And depending on, you know, your personality style, if you're going to be wearing a loud print like this, most likely you have more of a vibrant personality. A belt like this would definitely go. But if you just turn it backwards and it's just a black strap, that works perfectly as well, because that, you know, cinches in the waist where it needs to be cinched in, and then everything else can flow out.
Okay, what about also putting like a black t-shirt underneath it?
That comes into shapewear.
Yeah.
And shapewear is, you know, a godsend to women, pretty much. So putting a tiny shapewear cami under, definitely pairing it with the right bra is so important. Women of every size and every age, bras are the most important undergarments for sure. And then when looking at, you know, wearing a pencil skirt or something a bit more fitted on the bottom, depending on your body shape, you know, we have sort of bicycle Schwartz shapewear as well, which do wonders for everyone.
Tuck it in, right?
Tuck it in.
And if I was, let's say, a different body type, maybe hippier or less chest or whatever.
So let's say if you were, more bottom heavy, so a pear shape. Something like this would be perfect because it definitely brings the eye up. And I would definitely pair it with something a little bit less voluminous on the bottom, something dark, very camouflaged to, you know, minimize the bottom half and really bring the eye up to your top half.
Okay, so if I didn't want to use a belt and I wanted to use instead a long necklace, because these are very also in style now. And I brought one in silver and in gold because, you know, some days I wear silver and some days I wear gold.
Absolutely. It's really nice to change up someone's look, and you can do it really easily by adding little or large accessories.
Right?
Exactly. It depends where you want your focal point to be, right? It depends what you want to actually mask and where you want to bring the eye's attention to. So something like this.
And this particular piece can be worn either way, so, and it's got a little of that color in it, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, this would be a great option to put on top of this to really, you know, create focus on, well, depends where this actually hits, depending on the bust line, I guess, where you want the focal point to be. So, you know, if you're trying to mask middle area, a longer chain may not be the best idea. Something that, you know, comes exactly like what you have on, something that kind of hits around the chest area or even above, such as my necklace up here, that would be a better option.
Okay. So let's look at some other pieces, because there's so many looks, as you
Absolutely.
said. Different things. The thing about this top, I'm glad you picked it up, it's an empire waist. And, you know, sometimes certain people are afraid to wear empire waist because of what it can do to your body type.
So empire waists are specifically beneficial for people with your body type, actually, that are sort of, you know, midriff heavy. So Empire waistlines usually hit just at the bottom of your ribs and under your bust line, which is usually your most narrow point. So you always want to accentuate the most narrow point between your hip bone and your bust line.
Okay, so I have worn this with a black cami because it's got the color and the print and the loud flower look, and
right, and you're seeing
you're
seeing this kind of print a lot for this season as well as you know, warmer color palette like you have on right now, coral. You're seeing
in the pastel type.
You're seeing coral, you're seeing peach. This is, you know, fuchsia and red. So you're definitely seeing a warmer color palette out.
And this, again, it's good with the skirts, good with the pants, but if I wanted to wear it in a more casual way, how about with either my jeans or a pair of capri or something?
Yeah, I would definitely, you know, I would definitely pair it with, you know,
skinnies, yeah.
With a pair of jeans, you know, definitely, depending on body shape, I would always tend to go with a darker denim as a staple in someone's wardrobe. Okay. You know, they can be dressed up, dressed down. They're definitely the most flattering of the denim. And just a quick comment about that shirt again, it has a nice V neckline, which also brings the eye up. So if you're worried about anything from bust line below, it brings your eye up.
Okay, so what are some things we should definitely avoid if we're, you know, in a certain body type?
So it's really just about balancing and proportion. Like I mentioned before, the ideal women's body type is an hourglass. You know, all of the sexiest women on earth, so-called, have, you know, that X body type. So that's what we strive for. So if you're bottom heavy, try to put some volume up top and decentuate your bottom half. If you have a little bit of a middle, try to cinch in where you're most narrow, like in the Empire waist, and add a little bit of volume up top and on the bottom.
Okay, now I brought this in because I thought, you know, this has the pattern, but it also has the color, and color blocking is quite big right now.
Yes,
so if
it
I was
is.
to throw this on with either my classic pair of jeans or my skinnies, and wanted to bring it up to date, could I throw in those red shoes, or would that just cut me in half?
So it depends. It depends on. Here's the red shoes. Yeah. And these are great to use if you want to use them as well as a focal point. Mm-hmm. With someone of your body type, I would suggest using a straight leg trouser in the denim. Definitely a louder print up top or a color to bring your eyes up to your face because, you know, you have a gorgeous face, you want to show it off.
Thank you.
And, you know, to add some color and interest, you can always put some shoes on the bottom, you know, to bring the eye up top and on the bottom, and it kind of decentuates the mid-range, which is exactly what we want to do. Like you mentioned, color blocking is huge this season. We don't want to cut anyone in the wrong places. If someone is slightly more petite in stature, obviously having a monotone outfit on is going to make them look taller. If someone is quite tall, then color blocking or some sort of line at some point on the body is not necessarily the worst thing.
Okay. Now let's say I was just wearing like all black and I just wanted to throw in a color in my t-shirt, or I wanted to use an accessory like a purse. You know, purses are huge, the big purses. You know, how can I do that? Or how can I work in my wedgies without change the look of the outfit, but bring in the accessory?
Right. Well, accessories, like I said before, it's sort of the perfect excuse to bring in the trends. If you want to keep your wardrobe classic and really work for you instead of you work for it, bringing in accessories is the perfect way to do it. So here you have the snakeskin print. That's a huge trend right now. If you don't want to go as far as wearing the entire shirt, bring it in a purse. You can also wear a belt. I actually have a snakeskin belt on right now, so that's also a great way to bring it back in. You have a pretty classic bag here.
And
so
this color is huge.
This color is huge, and definitely for spring, summer right now, it always comes back for the for the warmer months.
Now, but is this strictly for neutrals, or can you wear it with navy and black? Like, can you do all black and then just throw in?
This is almost the most neutral color ever. I would pair it with pretty much everything. Actually, probably everything. From black to navy to brown to white, absolutely everything. And you briefly mentioned the nautical look.
Yes, the nautical look is very large.
That's huge right now, and it's stripes, and it's horizontal stripes that don't necessarily flatter everyone's figure.
Right, who should not wear that?
Pretty much no one should wear it. However, if you want to accentuate certain body features, it's definitely a good way to do that. For example, we were talking about before the pear-shaped body, you're a little bit more bottom heavy. If you want to use a nautical stripe up top to sort of even out the weight distribution, that's a really great way to do that. If you are more of an X shape, a nautical stripe, in your midsection can sort of have the same effect as a belt. If you have your body shape that's a little bit heavier in the midsection, I would suggest to, not use the stripe, but bring in the nautical look somehow else. So
like
these are great.
Shoes?
These are great little. These are great little flip flop. So that's a really great way to bring in the nautical look, as well as maybe a navy and white bag or a belt or
Or a gold purse.
exactly
Or
some
even
other
this
way.
necklace could be like
Exactly,
or a
some
chain
other
belt or
way.
something like
The anchors are huge, so maybe have an anchor pendant. Instead of actually doing the white and navy stripe, there's tons of ways to bring in current trends and staying true to your body type.
Okay, so thank you, and I wanted to ask you in closing, if I was to make an investment, because to me clothing is an investment. If you treat it properly, you can have it for years. If it's classic, it can be an essential part of your wardrobe for years. If I was going to make an investment in wardrobe today, what would be the one thing that you would recommend for me to really invest my dollars in? A lot of our viewers are working moms. They're on tight budgets. They want to work with what they have, but they might be looking to make a small investment. What's the one thing you would invest in or tell us to invest in?
If I can change your question just slightly and give you two answers, that would be ideal. So like I mentioned earlier, the dark denim. So something that pretty much works on every body type is a straight leg trouser. So a denim trouser. In a dark denim, you can dress it up, dress it down. You can wear it to the office if it's not too corporate. You can definitely dress it down for the weekends, dress it up for a Saturday night out with the girls or with your partner. You can do pretty much everything with a denim trouser. And the second piece would be an amazing tailored blazer, a dark blazer, right, like you have. So if someone in the audience is looking to invest in a couple pieces, definitely a dark, neutral, classic blazer, and throw that on top of your dark denim with any shirt in the world underneath, and you have, a full outfit that will take you from day to night and totally beyond.
And Nicole, you have a giveaway today. Ladies, if you need some help with your wardrobe, Nicole here can help you with your wardrobe. She has a giveaway, which is a consultation for image or wardrobe. So does that mean that you would go and work with the wardrobe they already have?
Exactly. It's a 1-hour complimentary consultation for the viewers, and I can definitely help them with whatever they need help with, whether it's their current wardrobe or how to update it or fill in the gaps that's missing, sort of anything that they need.
And that's worth $125.
Yep.
And you can get that by going directly to Nicole to claim it. And may I have your email address, please?
It's info, I-N-F-O, at nextimageconsulting.com. They can also email me through my website, which is nextimageconsulting.com.
Okay, we were going to put the website up next.
Okay, great.
Nextimageconsulting.com. So I want to thank you so much for being here today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for going over everything. It was a special segment. I wanted to give my viewers something where they, could feel more beautiful and get into the spring feel. I know one day it feels like winter, one day it feels like summer.
It's a little confusing right now,
it's
but
getting warm again, and we're we're all sort of contemplating how we're going to create our signature look for the next few months. So thank you for that. And we have to go to commercial, and we will be right back with I'm Every Woman. So please stay with us.